versus streamers debate what is harder. In my personal opinion, as a small streamer who, feel me, just coming up, in my personal opinion, 9 to 5 it has to be hard. But that has to be harder. But just like, if you're at the top, I feel like the mental of just like people in your life and talking about you and everything, I feel like that's hard. And it gets to the point where like it dwells on you. But for a 9 to 5, physically and mentally, you're not getting paid the same. You're not. If you're a small streamer, it's hard. Like you're trying to get somewhere, you're growing, and if this is your only thing, it should not be your only thing of source of income. But if this is your only thing of source of income, you're not really gonna make any type of money. For being a big streamer, I feel like it's hard on the mental side. It's like people are talking about you, misconceptions and everything. For 9 to 5, you have to go in every day. You might get minimum wage. Like it all comes as different components. But let's watch the video and it's phase. So phase up. I'm being phase one day. Trust me. Trust me when I say this. Clip this. I will be in phase one day. They will see me. I will be in phase. I love phase. I love phase since New York house. I'm 19 years old. I've always watched phase. I'm phase up. I have phase merch. I always love phase. Let's go.
Like that,
she
dude.
is right now.
You're gonna disrespect your mom and say that your work is harder? That is so rude.
All right, can I talk? Listen, so your whole
So
thing.
it's dangerous.
Listen,
Your job is
chill.
you would have to actually have to go to work.
Went to school, and still.
And paid rent?
Yes, I still worked.
That's your choice.
You're high. You're hungover.
You guys are playing video games. I play video games on my spare time.
I don't even enjoy streaming anymore.
What's up? How's it going?
Same old different day.
Okay. All right, so my argument here is that streaming and social media creation is harder than a 9 to 5.
Nah, it's not facts, bro. 9 to 5 is way harder, homie.
Why do you say that?
Because you gotta get up every motherfucking day, go to the motherfucking bullshit job, and slave for fucking pennies.
See, that's the thing is you're right. You get up every day, you go through the motions. You don't have to get a good night's sleep. You don't have to be focused. You don't have to be locked in. You wake up. You go, you flip some patties, maybe you sign a few envelopes, answer a phone call.
Yeah, Lacey, L argument from Lacey. Can we get an L Lacey in the chat? L argument from Lacey.
With streaming and social media creation, you have to be on your game 24/7. It's like a switch that never turns off.
When you're a mail carrier, I'm a mail carrier, and I'm gonna tell you something, man. I get treated like shit every motherfucking day.
We have to deal with
slaving
thousands,
every day.
tens of thousands of
Bullshit.
people critiquing every little thing we do, every
Man.
decision we make, every thought we
You
have.
guys got it made, man. I wish I had it made like y'all.
We don't have to go sign a few envelopes and put them in a mailbox.
Man,
we
you
have
got
to
it gravy, bro.
What's the next trend?
Because
What's the next
shit I
idea?
go through every
Oh my
day.
God, I have to stream today.
And I got dogs that want to bite my ass
And
every
you have
day.
lunch breaks. You have lunch breaks. We don't have breaks. We're on 24/7.
You got
high energy, 24/7.
I wish I could be at home like you and kick back and get paid big money.
We're not even at home. We're walking around.
Man,
We're walking
I
around
wanna
doing
do
things,
all of
going
that
to
because
parties, doing
the
all this
shit,
stuff.
I got to slave just for not even 100,000 a year. I got to work double overtime. Bullshit.
Okay, what about this? You're guaranteed to get paid. You have
No, I'm not.
steady rate.
You're not guaranteed?
If I don't work, I don't get paid. It's simple as that.
Yeah, but you have a guaranteed pay.
If you
No,
work.
I
That's
don't.
your decision if you don't want
I
to work.
got to work at the job for years.
If I don't go live, I don't
Just
get paid
to
either.
collect.
You don't got to deal with people spamming L's.
Yes, we have people
That's trolling. That was definitely trolling.
in the chat spamming L's. Oh, this is frustrating. We don't like this video. You have to create content. Imagine you have to be high energy. Oh, hey guys, how's it going? You guys like this stream?
That's me 24/7. I'd rather do that.
So why don't you become a streamer?
Man, that's what I want to do. F that. F this not a fine shit.
If streaming is so easy, how come every single person in this seat is not a streamer?
People are lazy. They want to put in the work.
That's their fault.
I get called fat all the time.
Oh, so what? I get called fat and chubby. All my homeboys call me chubby, fat,
Well,
whatever.
That's your homeboys, though. I'm gonna keep it a buck. That's a
Yeah.
homeboy.
Yeah, and you right, homeboy, you right. But check this out. My nigga, I don't give a fuck. I'm gonna go out there and get that bag.
I think she's got something she wants to say.
Oh my gosh, wait, we're seeing flags.
Unfortunately, these flags are actually useless. We decided to use a timer instead because we suck at explaining
That's
things.
phase. That is phase for you.
So you raised your flag. Is there a reason?
Ex-chef.
Because I was actually a cook for 15 years. So that means for 15 years, I had to get up practically every day, get dressed, go to work, and I had to deal with not only adults, but I also had to deal with children.
deal with children every day.
We deal with tens of thousands of children and adults.
The Lacey Stugs are. Do you not know who the Lacey Stugs are?
I can't go out in public without 10 kids coming up asking for a picture. Do you know how hard that is of a life?
Isn't that special?
That is difficult.
How long do you think this is going to last?
Forever.
Forever.
You think this is going to last forever?
I hope so. You just proved my point for me. I don't have that security that's going to last forever. Having a job, being a cook, you have that security of, oh, I have a job, I have a degree, I have this. This could end for me tomorrow.
Hypothetically, if you all of a sudden you lost all your followers, what would you do?
I know what he'll do. Get up.
No, I'm asking
Trigger
him.
warning.
I'm asking him. What would you do if you lost completely all your YouTubers? You had nothing.
Yo, make sure you put an asterisk right in the middle when you say J and B, bro. You can't put the O in front. You gotta put an asterisk right in the middle.
No one watched you anymore. I didn't even watch you anymore. What would you have to do? You would have to go to work.
Oh! Who grandma is that?
Oh my God, did I just cuss at you?
That's a slur. If I did lose all my followers, I would probably buy a couple houses and start my real estate empire.
Okay, so then you would have to actually go to work. You would actually have to go to the office.
And I would think that would be a much easier job than streaming.
You gotta go into your setup though and sit in front of studio lights and read the chat and be interactive.
But no, he
No,
lost
that's
everybody.
trolling.
He lost everybody. He has no followers whatsoever. He would have to turn around.
You're proving my point.
You would have to
proving
turn
my
around.
point. You're proving my point on why this is harder because I could lose it all tomorrow.
Yeah, but you could lose it tomorrow.
If let's say you're a cook, right? Let's say you got fired. You have hundreds of people lined up. You can go cook over here, cook over there.
You could be a private chef.
You could be a private chef. Exactly. I don't have that security.
I was a cook in the school system. I cooked all frozen food.
But you still cook.
You still cook. You go cook for another school.
I think I saw a flag right here.
Flags. I see red flags.
I'm gonna have to backlight. Yo, Lacey, it's the truth.
I think something you guys aren't taking into account. Say we get a brand deal, I gotta post on an Instagram story. I gotta go find the 4 local cans.
What is this dad talking about? Yo, that has to be true.
Make sure, I gotta make sure I get the 4 local can. And
Not to mention,
You have to do work. That's what we have to do.
it ruins our Twitter impressions too.
I gotta tag them.
And then that goes into falling off.
My name is Rhonda. I'm a registered nurse from the South.
Nice to meet you,
From
Rhonda.
35 years ago, I decided to go to nursing school because I wanted to be a creative, I thought. I loved fashion, I loved acting, I loved singing. But in the South, whole lot of racism. Back in the 60s and the 50s, people didn't give a rat's ass if you created something, and they wouldn't support your business. So yes, a 9 to 5 is much harder. I had to work 7 to 3, 7 a.m. to 7 p.m. I had to support my daughter.
Rhonda,
You get spoiled.
Rhonda, can I ask you a question?
Nope.
Have you ever done
You
it?
get spoiled. You get spoiled, and your mama and daddy keep giving it to you.
Rhonda,
Because
I got a question for Rhonda. I got a question for Rhonda. Rhonda,
Yes.
have you ever done a subathon?
What's a sub?
Oh my God. Yo, get Lacey off, bro.
30
Dead ass.
days straight,
24
hours a day.
day and night. No break.
We all streamed for.
That ain't even healthy.
You're talking about working 7 to 3.
I lie. I would agree. And subathon does look stressful. Like being on camera all day, thousands of people telling you what to do and making little mistakes 24/7. That has to be a little bit
30-minute
stressful.
breaks throughout that. You get to go home afterwards, see your family, relax. We were on camera 30 days straight, no personal.
What
You know how
day
hard
were
it is
you a registered
to
nurse?
have.
When did you get a break? You clean boo-boo?
When have you ran a 3-minute ad?
You
When have you
clean
ever
up
ran? You
vomit,
never ran a 3-minute
You
ad.
pass trays. You short-handed.
Talk about the fake relationships that you have.
Oh my God.
Now keep.
It's fake.
Think
on
about
social
this.
Parasocial.
Think about this. Imagine
Jakara.
We call them parasocials. They judge your relationships. You can't go out to dinner or have a girl take a picture in your car without them finding out and judging you.
I got caught with my ex.
I got
in
caught with
public.
my ex, and I got treated like I was a pedophile for it.
But mental health, when you stop caring about what people think and what they say about you, do you. And that's a big problem with younger people. You care about what people think, social media, what they say about
Because
you.
that's our
job.
You said you're a nurse, right?
35 years.
What do you think's harder? 24-hour open surgery, like when you're helping with, the doctor, et cetera, or 24-hour stream?
24-hour open surgery.
Oh, brother.
Short-handed.
We're saving thousands, you're saving one.
Holy shit, this nigga Ron might be on the spectrum. No, Ron's just such a troll, bro.
All right, so you said 30-day subathon, right?
Yep.
My argument is that none of you guys actually did any of the work during that, and it was all your filmers, your editors, your producers. All these people back here are the ones doing the work. You guys just show up and have fun.
They didn't do anything.
It's a group project.
Wait, what? They're the actual streamers. They have to entertain the chat.
Here's the thing.
Well, that's bad takes.
That's bad takes. That's bad takes. That's bad takes.
They wouldn't have any work if it wasn't for us, though.
I would even go as far to say as every person in this room, we keep them employed as well. Because here's the thing, we get sponsors from these companies that have 9-to-5s, right? These companies, hold on. These companies are not viable without influencers to push the brand and keep them in business.
Have you ever worked a real job?
No.
So how would you
See,
know?
I have worked a real job.
What was your real job?
I worked 8 months. I worked a double. I worked Walmart and Panera at the same time for a year.
Why is she laughing? Bro, she's making me mad. Why is she giggling? I actually feel like they're wrong.
Oh my god. Ron's such a troll, bro.
Hi, I'm Chris.
All right, Chris.
Why do you think a 9-to-5 job is not?
What do you mean NA? He doesn't even have one. Doesn't even have a job.
You do.
Well, you're guaranteed to pay.
Guaranteed to pay.
Yeah.
And that makes it harder?
Yeah. No, it makes it easier for you
Makes
guys.
it easier because we have a guaranteed pay.
100%. You have security.
Talk about raises.
Makes it easier for 9-to-5 people to have a job because their pay is guaranteed.
when you go to work every day, everyone's
so you're
like...
basing the ease of a job just on somebody getting paid regularly? Is that what you...
Well, let's just say that comes to perspective. If you say someone who works food, if you someone who works a doctor, it's obviously different. But if you're talking abroad, 9-to-5, someone who doesn't need a degree, yeah, it's way easier than being a streamer.
How so?
Well, it's because you're guaranteed and you don't need any crazy knowledge. You don't need to go to school for most jobs, like certain things like a 9-to-5. If you wanted to go work at Foot Locker, I could go to Foot Locker, apply, and then next thing you know, I'm selling shoes for pay every single hour.
But it's only minimum wage, so it gets to a point where, like, if you're trying to live off of Foot Locker, you're really not gonna live off of Foot Locker. You can't even pay for a meal for like next day.
According to you, a job is easier or harder based on the guaranteed pay. That's one aspect of it.
Working
right?
at Foot Locker, working at a job like Panera or wherever Lacey is easier than a streamer, yes, because a streamer you have to come up with ideas, you have to stay relevant.
We're talking about ideas now. Okay,
yeah,
we're talking about pay.
Okay, so what do you want to start with though? But it doesn't make. But
well,
you're not even. You keep switching it. So why don't you answer my question?
I'm not switching anything.
You know, you 100% are.
Yeah.
So how is it harder if you're guaranteed to pay? I worked for 4 years of streaming. I didn't make $1.
Well, what's your definition of hard? That's the thing. It's like what
stuff
is
that
difficult.
you need creativity. You need to get out of your circle, comfort zone.
Yeah.
You need to be able to actually make people believe what you believe in the sense of like, oh, this is good content. Do you watch any TV shows?
I watch YouTube.
Okay, you watch YouTube?
Much YouTube.
So it's the same thing.
Absolutely,
so the people that you're entertained by are the people like us, just for a different audience.
That's true. But you're talking about entertainment as a job. We could talk about entertainment.
This is entertainment,
as a job.
but this is entertainment.
Yo, it's good, Jamel.
To you is why?
Absolutely.
So do you truthfully, you can sit here and think that working at like a Foot Locker or something like that, I'm just using that because that's the best example, is harder than a streamer?
It depends on what you are saying the word hard means to you. Because
in the sense of everyday activity. Because some people around here said, oh, I got to wake up at 7 a.m., 8 a.m. Oh,
yeah.
Okay, we have to do the same thing.
Sure.
Some people do that.
And you deal with yourself.
I'm streaming.
Yeah, what's going on?
I'm streaming.
Oh. Yeah, what's going on though?
I'm watching the face video.
9-to-5 workers.
Yeah.
There's a streamer to be. Oh, that's cool.
We deal with millions
when
of people.
you're creating that content and you have...
What's your opinion, Jamel? I feel like a 9-to-5 is way harder, in my opinion. I feel like when you get to the top, it's different components of why certain different components of why it's harder.
Okay.
You're dealing with you and yourself in that phone.
Okay, so what happens?
You're not dealing with
Not true.
workers and you're not
That's not
dealing
true at
with-
all. I have an
Okay.
editor that I pay who relies on me. If I stop doing
Which
any
is
type
later.
of content, he loses
So when
a job.
you go to your job, when you go to work rather than punching a card, you pick up your phone or you turn on a camera.
Okay, so when you punch the card, let's say, who's above you? Your boss, right? What happens if he just takes the business and he says, oh, we're not doing it anymore? You lose your job.
If the work is picking up a phone or turning on the camera, as opposed to going in with a bunch of people and having to multitask tasks you have to do throughout your shift and deal with your coworkers and interpersonal thing. Tell me how much you do of that stuff while you are actually doing your job for however many number of hours that you are talking and typing and shitting and eating and all that stuff that everybody's watching you do.
Go ahead. No, but there's actually a mental aspect.
I understand that.
No. Let me hear me out. Camaraderie. Like you have
Hey Jamel, is the AC in my mic or is it good?
People like friendships, relationships, which is the most important thing in life. So do you build that with your coworkers and stuff like that?
Sorry, bye.
All right, man.
Seeing a lot of flags.
Why did he leave like that?
What's your name?
So I'm Angelina, and I work as an executive assistant.
You're right. You're right. She's right. She's right. She's right. I'm not gonna lie. She's right.
All right, so you guys were talking about the mental aspect, and I thought that was really interesting because as someone who works a 9 to 5, technically it's a 10 to 6, but I still have to clock in a certain amount of time. I come home, I'm too tired to cook. Fortunately, I have a beautiful girlfriend that does all of that stuff for me when I get home, but if I didn't, I would have to cook for myself and get to bed in time and wake up in time to commute back to my job. You guys talk about how it's hard because there's a mental aspect, and I understand as someone who's been on social media a lot that you get
How long
berated.
have you been on social media? Just to get broad.
So I actually did content creation starting at the age of 14. When I moved to LA, I gained like 10,000
I think Silky watered her.
Off the bat, and I was very young and I started working with different brands.
Okay.
I totally understand the mental aspect. It's just that you guys can afford to say, hey, I'm gonna go wherever for 2 weeks, and that can be content, that can be your job.
That is true. They could literally, he did. They could literally travel wherever they want and make it content. Like they could do anything they want and make that content. If you're entertaining enough, you can do whatever you want and make that content. Like literally.
Relax.
Like look at Somanati. Bro made a whole spiritual channel of talking about just straight anything. He was entertaining enough to get 1 million followers off of it.
Travel the world and have other opportunities.
You're just saying a lot of points.
There's no relaxation.
Just so I can answer a couple. So you were saying like to go back to the beginning, you were saying like you can manage like your time with like relationship. Was that correct? Like you have your girlfriend when you go home. Like
I fortunately have a support system, but I every day like ask myself how I would have been able to do it without.
Example. So you said 14 you started. I started at 16. For about 3 years, I was making money, and it slowly went super up, and then all of a sudden it went down. Right? Yeah. I lost everything, fell off completely. About to myself. It's a real story. This is a real story. This isn't a joke. Why are you smiling?
We've all been there. Every night.
What does she mean? We all. Okay. Why is she grouping everybody together?
My worker has been there.
So
that's
going
why.
back to what you said, how you have a support system. I moved across the country from my parents at the age of 19, lived alone in an apartment, was paying a certain amount of money every single month, and I was losing money. I wasn't making enough money to pay my like I had money in my bank for my rent, but I wasn't making more than my rent.
Yeah.
So I was losing.
You were in the red every month.
I was in the red every single month. Girlfriend broke up with me at the time, so alone across the country. So it's like when you're alone too and everything's going down, where's my support system?
Why niggas laughing at him? It's not funny, bro.
I don't like why she laughing, bro.
Okay, so I have a question. You said that for the first 4 years you started streaming, you had no income.
Yo, Jason looked like a Japanese thug.
5.
I lived with my mom. I was 16.
So that to a certain extent is privilege.
That's privilege?
It is.
But my mom, how's that privilege?
It's privilege because you have the support system to have a place to live.
Well, at 15, 16, I would hope I have parents that would live with me.
Yeah, but a lot of people don't, and they have to take 9 to 5.
That's true.
So a lot of people don't have houses.
A lot of people don't have families that support them or accept them.
But that's a whole different conversation. What does that do with the 9 to 5?
Because they still need to survive. So the fact
no, Jamal. Having a family is a privilege. A lot of people don't have families. Like it is a privilege in a way. Like sometimes a family could literally break apart. You don't have a family no more. Like your mom and dad could literally leave you. Like I just found out recently, Rod does not have a family. Like Rod, the guy, he does not have a family. And I just learned that. Like he has no type of family, so that's crazy.
So how did you move to LA?
I moved across the country as well with my mom when I was 15 years old.
Do you not think that's privileged?
Oh yeah, in this
we moved
context,
into a
yeah,
one-bedroom
in this
Santa
context,
Monica
yeah.
and shared a trundle bed, so.
Okay, well, I was reselling shoes to afford my mom's mortgage and everything.
I get it. I've definitely helped my family out in times where I was able to, but I also had to have my family support me in order for me to have certain opportunities to make money in the first place. So if you didn't have content creation, what would you be doing?
It's a great question. I don't know, because I didn't set my goals that way. I set up my life to that. I know I would do what I want to do. If we all got paid the same every single month, let's say just in simple terms, we all got paid $100,000 a month, a crazy amount of money. Would you guys still, truthfully, I'm asking a serious question, would you guys say that all of our jobs are harder than each other, truthfully?
Yeah, if she was a nurse, she had to go to medical school for years just to
So
be
he
able
thinks
to have
only money. No. Certain jobs. Let's say I'm getting paid $120K to flip burgers, and $120K to do heart surgery. I feel like it's like, yes, we're getting paid the same amount, but there's certain things that are like within the job, just deeper than flipping burgers or doing the surgery. There's different things that I have to do every day that makes it harder for that person. Like every person has a different story.
That she was getting security because she was going to be a nurse, correct?
Not secure.
How is it not secure if you knew what you were going to do?
Nothing's secure.
Nothing's secure. You just proved my point. But you just proved my point.
No job is secure, but content creation gives you the ability to have those savings, to have an audience. And even if you do lose all your followers one day, even if
let's say I lost it all tomorrow.
You still have residuals of your previous viral videos. Even if people are hating on you and shitting on you, that's still adding to what goes into your pocket.
There's literally doctors who do one surgery and make hundreds of thousands of dollars.
Because they were trained for decades and they had to go to
So
school.
were we.
You went to school to be a content creator?
Streamer University.
No, Streamer University was the next coming to Harvard, bro. Let's keep it a buck.
How you doing, bro? Good. How you doing,
Alex?
Gabe.
All right, adapt to troll. So I already know this is about to go crazy.
I'm doing good. So first of all, I want to say I do respect all of you for what you do. I mean, you guys do work, but you do not work as hard as people who have a regular job.
You don't know that.
I mean, that I do know it for sure. It's very clear. People have to wake up and do their routine over and over again. It's not a daily thing, it's a weekly thing, it's a monthly thing, it's a yearly thing, it's a life thing. And if they screw up, they lose their jobs. And they always have to be careful, because if they do something weird, they say something weird to their coworker or their boss, they're gonna lose their job. If you lose some followers because of something you say, you'll get other followers. And you have a large following enough where there's enough of a range of perspectives that people will always be on board for you as long as you're producing content. People who screw up at their jobs and lose their jobs, and maybe there's a recession, there's not a lot of jobs, as could be now, they get potentially homeless or worse.
You ever heard of cancel culture?
What's that? Yeah, of course I've heard of it. But how many people have...
I'm lying, bro. You get into cancel culture, bro, and you get canceled, bro. GG's. Usher Illuminati, Bruce, Fuzi. That's only 3. Aiden, if you not those 4 and you get canceled, GG's.
Came back. I mean, it happens all the time. Your boss is not going to be
loyal. But Logan Paul did come back from cancel culture. He did come back. He did a sensational run.
Don't get that thing in on time 5 times,
okay, but check
you're
it out.
Done.
Okay, so listen, but to be able to get that loyal following of people that do follow you, you need to build that over years and years and years and hours of trust and communication and intimate relationships with your audience.
Okay, so
that's not something that's just given to you. You don't just fall into 1 million subscribers, 2 million subscribers, 3 million subscribers.
Of course not. It takes work for sure. But what you guys are talking about in terms of the toll it takes on you, a large part of it, and let me tell you something, I'm a little older than you guys, so a large part of it is just general angst from being young, and you just happen to have a camera in front of you and talking to people or whatever, but at the same time, you're doing exactly what most people are doing, which is dealing with life stuff, and that's normal. The mental toll that it takes dealing with people and getting comments and this and that, that's what everybody deals with. But you don't have to wake up at 6 in the morning and get to your job and then be there and be on the whole time.
This nigga adapt not having it.
What? Anyone who has a 9 to 5 has to do that.
So what do you do?
Well, I'm a college professor, so I have to do that same
So
sort
you
of.
just gotta come in and teach the same shit for the next 10 years.
And some college professors, he trying to break it down and can't understand it. Yeah, that's a little bit tapped in mind. His mind is iffy. What I was gonna say is some college professors, I want to say all or majority, but a lot of some of them wouldn't even care about your work. They didn't even care. They would teach it terribly. You and him are alike for real. Me and Adapt. Yeah, I'm intelligent, bro. I'm. You know how you guys don't know who I'm smart. Like I'm so smart, bro. Give me a hard question. Ask me a hard question. Listen to you right now. You're in a room with 2 doors, and one leads to certain death, and the other leads to freedom. Each door has a guard. One guard always tells the truth, while the other one lies. You don't know which is which. You can ask one guard one question to determine the door to freedom. What question would you ask? I would ask. I'm not a. Hey! I passed high school. Hold on, let me answer this question. The question I would ask, right? Do you always lie? Now, if they say yes, look. Do you always lie? If you ask a liar, they would lie about their lying. So although they always lie, they say no too. Bro. But so don't hey, I'm smart, bro. I know how smart I am.
Yes, you're right.
Come on, bro.
We
already know what you're doing.
We have to produce new shit every day.
For me in particular, to Silky's point, you're a college professor, so you're essentially reteaching the same curriculum to the same students.
That I had to take years to learn.
Right. You know what I'm saying? But I started making content when I was 12 years old.
Okay.
It started out playing Call of Duty trick shotting. I don't think anybody in this room could hit a crane shot. I don't know if anyone in this room could quick shot.
I don't know that's something to be proud of, but okay.
So I had to do that for 4 years. Okay. Right? And then I'm like,
yo, crane shot's crazy. You can't disrespect the crane shot, bro. Damn, excuse me. God damn.
Then I had to do YouTube for 4 years, right?
Right.
And then I had to do FaZe Clan, build FaZe Clan out, fix FaZe Clan, and then do streaming.
Okay.
So
with how many people helping you?
How many people helping me?
Yeah.
Come on now.
For which stages?
All of them. There were a lot. You had a team.
When I was
it just you? Like
no. It was just me. There's receipts of this.
It wasn't built on the shoulders of anyone?
There's receipts on YouTube of me.
Okay, well, where did YouTube come from?
When I was 13,
how did YouTube become so easy? Because a bunch of people worked their butts off 9 to 5, making it a thing.
That's
and
what
if it didn't exist, you couldn't press play, you couldn't press record, and then just talk.
The fact that you have a campus to teach on. Then boom, there you go.
Right, but I also had to spend years earning my credentials and mastering.
And I did it.
Come on, guys. Your credentials are playing video games. I play video games on my spare time. Come on, guys.
So you just want to.
Nah, he's overheating. He's overheating.
He's to play video games. It's okay. We understand.
I'm Vicky, and my perspective is coming from a hair and makeup artist, physical job. Doesn't seem like any of you guys can even compete with the physicality.
Brother.
You guys
I know how to do a 3-strand braid.
Just sitting on your butt and talking into a microphone.
We don't know.
Very different. Very different than having to get up in the morning, carry all of your gear. You've got to carry all of your hair, makeup, all of your supplies.
No, I did hear that. Like hair stuff and like all that is expensive, so you have to supply yourself. Some people supply themselves, but that's entrepreneurship. So, yeah.
Haul it around. Get up early in the morning. You stand on your feet all day. You never sit down.
I hear you.
You're breathing in toxic chemicals all day.
All right, can I talk?
Hairspray.
Listen, so your whole thing.
So it's dangerous.
Listen,
your job isn't dangerous. Your job isn't physical.
Oh, she's not letting him talk. She's yo, grandma.
Then you're just talking into a microphone.
So listen. So your whole thing.
She doesn't get that.
Your whole thing is we can't do what you do, right?
It's not physical. I'm saying that a 9 to 5 job where you physically have to do some hauling around stuff.
So physically, I physically can't haul around
into
bags of like makeup. You physically could never trick shot. You could not hit a crane shot. You can't 1080. You can't hold a controller and make a 200K montage.
She can't.
None of you can. None of you can physically
and you have to
do
do that for 12 hours a day.
Yes. Actually, yes.
You're thinking of 4 days they had a trick shot. It's taking you 4 days they had a trick shot.
Actually, yes, I would have to do
that. And then your day is never done. When you're done doing that, is your job done? Do you have to go shopping and replace all of the things that you use?
No.
That's the edit. You have to edit.
All of your gear.
You don't know about dry streaks. You don't know about hit markers.
But when you're done, you're
You
done.
don't know about if the Elgato wasn't on.
When you're done, you're done.
These things?
Oh my God, disable resample.
If I rendered my video in Vegas and I sent the editor the clips without disabling resample.
Oh my God.
My montage is fucked. The main underlining argument here is what you do is physically
daily, day to day.
Okay. Your main thing is what you do is physically more taxing and hard than what any of us
and
do.
dangerous.
I could say the same thing. You cannot physically trick shot. You could never. I would go as far as
how many hours a day do you trick shot? How many hours a day do you trick shot? How many hours?
When I was trick shotting, it was 12 hours a day. It was however long I needed to. However long I needed
12 hours a day.
Is that a bot or what? Hello, are you doing my headphones or not working? That's a bot.
I needed to hit a clip.
12 hours a day, every day.
5 seconds.
And that clip is...
He carries a Barrett 50 cal and he jumps off of stuff.
I would have to get on Call of Duty, turn my sense all the way up to 1010. I would have to get to last. I would have to pray to God that he would be in the right spot, throw the concussion. Now I gotta have my rotations down.
Dead zones. Talk about the dead zones.
What about dead zones?
Stick drift.
Thing is, for the most part, but that is not all YouTubers that are doing something physical. A lot of it is just talking.
Yeah, but she also said it was dangerous. We could walk around IRL stream and someone could rob us or kill us.
I gotta.
Wait.
They're laughing. But that's happened recently.
I've gotten a pumpkin thrown on my head by a crackhead.
Crackhead ran up to on stream and almost
died.
Almost
Because he
decapitated
quoted his thoughts.
Yeah.
Wait, I got a follower? What the fuck? Why did my shit not go off? Yo, W follower in the chat. It was Arkin. I just banned that nigga. It looked like a bot. Wait, let me unban him.
My name is Thelma.
Are you a bot, Arkin?
I am very occupational. My last job, I worked as a librarian with elementary school children.
So
I have been an executive secretary, legal.
Very quiet, peaceful.
Yes, yes, all that. You know, because it's who you are. That you know, we create social media all the time because that's what we are. We're 9 to 5ers, and we interact and have energy with people. Where I don't think that you guys have that.
Are you serious?
You have false energy because you're across the screen.
Whoa,
you're not interacting with people like we do.
So what are we doing right now?
Interacting?
What are we doing right now?
You're doing it now because we're doing a video.
So isn't she debating for it? That's making it harder for us.
Do you know that there's millions of people?
Now I'm not gonna have all y'all gang up on me.
There's millions of people who watch the video who
Yes.
save lives every day. Probably more than doctors.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
There's people that literally stay alive because they want to watch our videos.
You know about going out into the
That
club.
is true. There's a lot of people that watch streams and they be donating and saying how much they save their lives.
Night, staying out till 2, 3 o'clock in the morning, trying to get up at 6 o'clock in the morning so you can get dressed.
So you was
to
having fun.
Hell yeah.
Okay,
So, but I'm saying it's like you guys don't do the interaction. You don't touch people like this.
Okay, now.
What kind of shit's going on?
You go to the club, you get to put some shades on, and you go by your day to work. We can't do that because we have thousands of people.
But is
You're
that
drunk,
your choice?
You're high. You're
But
hungover.
is that
Just
your
get off
choice?
stream. We don't want to see you like this.
But is that your choice?
We don't like you like this. Why are you doing this?
But is that your choice? You chose that. You chose this life.
That's the thing. We can't.
And that's what's happening now. That's what's happening now with the whole world. It's a total disconnect. When you have a 9 to 5, you dealing with people. You touching people's hearts, souls, mind. No, you are not.
You know how many?
Wow.
I think. Look, I appreciate you. I appreciate you, and I respect what you do.
Do you watch any entertainment?
Oh my God.
Of course I watch
So do
entertainment.
you
I
ever-
got kids.
wait,
I got grandkids.
Do you ever laugh? Do you ever laugh?
Of course I laugh.
So then they
We're
interact with
touching
you.
them.
But the interaction is
Did
not
it make
real.
you feel better?
When I'm watching
Wait, did it make you feel better?
What make me feel
Have you
better?
ever
It all
watched-
depends on
have you ever been
it all
entertained?
depends- it
Have
all
you ever been
depends
entertained
on
and been
what's
like,
coming.
oh, I feel good?
Some of it is
I gotta
fake.
beg right now.
Some of it is fake.
You see, you're not answering.
So now let me.
Okay, well let me answer because I'm debating him.
Okay,
But go ahead.
Right after this, I got you. Right
Okay,
now.
all right. Come on.
So when you're entertained, have you ever felt like your day was better if you watched something? You've never felt like that?
Yeah, sure.
So what's the difference with us?
The difference with you is that you guys do this 24/7. That's all you do.
Yeah.
Do you know-
Well, that
because
would I
like
make it
today,
harder?
Somebody made a comment about, oh, I can't even go out with my girlfriend, or I can't even go out in public.
That's right.
I can go out in public and be seen.
So it's
You know what?
easier.
I'm a very social person. I'm very popular in where I do and where I am. I do social media.
I'm saying what we do has not affected people. It's not real. How come when I go out in public and I meet someone and they're like, oh my God, wait, I loved your videos growing up. You were my childhood. I used to watch you every single day. Like, you were my child. You know how like we grew up watching Disney Channel?
Yep.
I've had
Ben
kids come
10.
up hundreds of times throughout years of my life, have kids come up to me and say these things. So
Okay.
I'm Robbie. I'm a server at an Italian restaurant.
Come on, bro. Life's easy.
Oh, that's not fair.
He has the same menu, makes the same food every day.
First thing I'm gonna say is
All right.
nobody's gonna say being a nurse isn't hard, because my aunt was. That is the
My
most
mom
difficult
was.
shit. How are you gonna disrespect your mom like
No,
that,
she
dude?
is right now.
You're gonna disrespect
She
your
loves
mom
it.
and say that your work is harder?
She tells
That
me
is
it's
so rude,
Because
honestly.
she works 2 of them.
Okay,
She works at 2 hospitals.
Let me ask you something.
She said it's mad easy. She can work at 2 hospitals.
No disrespect, but what you do, I'm not your target audience. So break it down for me, because I don't even get it.
Oh my God.
Let me ask you something.
You just said I'm not your target audience because I'm black. That's what you just
Whoa! Whoa, a whole lot of allegations going on. Hold on, reassess the situation.
You won't watch me because I'm black, and this is what I'm talking about. It's harder.
He has to get judged every
I gotta get
single
judged every day. Everybody thinks I'm a hoodlum. I'm a nice guy.
He's a jolly dude.
I can't get a job because I got tats. I used to work at Costco's. I had the greatest 401k granted to me. That means that when I retire, I get the biggest stipend of my life. Do you know I could just sit there and just meat pack all day just to really realize that, what, maybe 20 years I'm gonna be sitting on millions because I worked at Costco's?
Yeah, Will.
Okay.
I didn't have to interact with nobody, just packing meat.
Yeah, Will.
Come on,
Is what you do fun?
I mean,
Do you enjoy what you do?
if I make it fun,
Do you make it fun?
I could make it fun.
Yes or no? Is what you do fun?
Not everything's fun.
What isn't fun? Break it down for me. What do you do in a day? We'll swap stories. What do you do in a day?
Okay, so it's very stressful, right?
Not fun at all. Because this dude was talking for 20 minutes about playing video games.
Whoa. It sounds like you're jealous, I'm not gonna lie. But
You're on his diesel.
okay, so look, right?
So I'm jealous of a harder job.
No.
Oh,
Yeah.
thank you.
Thank you. Yeah,
Hey,
yeah.
that was sarcasm and you didn't read it. No, I'd like to.
No, listen.
Okay, why is he attacking him? Like, why is...
To the time that I wake up maybe 3, 4 p.m. Know what I'm saying? I'm already drowsy because I just smoked the night before. You know why I gotta smoke? Because I just deal with thousands of people. I don't even like people. I gotta deal with thousands of them. No, let him stay. You gonna stay for this, right?
Wait, but you still haven't described what you've done other than smoking pot and waking up at 4.
Okay, waking up at 4 p.m., right? Now wake up, I gotta brush my teeth, right? Gotta make sure, cause I got a lot of comments. Now, you know, he don't brush his grills. What does his real teeth look like? I gotta make sure that my
Woo be having his girls on all the time.
Chanel earrings like a bad bitch.
And there's girls in his chat too sometimes. So,
Yeah,
you know.
this, you know what I'm saying?
See him.
I gotta make sure I'm freshly saving. I'm not saving for this video. I already know what's gonna happen. It's about to be negative comments. Yo, shave that little scruffy shit on your face.
Chops.
Cool.
So he got fat.
Now I have to gain Marvel Rivals, but probably 1 to 2 hours before stream. You know why? Because I don't get to game it for after work. Like I could just game it after work, bro. I can't. You know what I'm saying? You can't just do that, right? After I do that, now I gotta sit here.
Sneeze, you missed like a good video. Is 6 exes versus 1 secret couple. You missed that video.
For the stream today. Oh, looks like we got no content. All right, let's see if we could just scrub
Guess
something
what?
around.
No content, no money.
No content, no money. Now look, probably by 8 or 9 p.m., I'm still probably thinking I got to do something for stream. My mind is
Do you know what's crazy?
My mind is
8, 9 p.m. for him? Oh, I did my work
He
today.
already did
I did my work today.
You took the same boss already.
You're going to sleep.
What?
Dude, I don't want to.
Wait, hold on. This AC's making me tired, bro. God dang. Woo! Freezing in my room.
Face here too much, but
No.
do you know the expression "give a man enough rope"?
Huh? What is he talking about here? Get him out.
You're losing me.
Yeah.
I don't know this. I don't know.
Basically, you're talking yourself into a hole, man. Okay, my turn. I'll be brief.
Wait, give a man a rope.
What is he?
Wait,
It means-
is that racist?
He might actually be racist. There's something going on with this guy.
He has no social
All right,
cues.
all right.
Oh, you're back?
Babe, I want to just say to you,
Rhonda.
I'm your black auntie.
Yeah,
That's what I
okay.
want to say.
Uh-huh.
You say you don't like people. It's all about relationships that you got with people. So when you say shit like that, do you really mean that?
Do I not like people?
You said,
I'm an
you
introvert.
said,
I'd rather be in my own space. I'd rather be by myself.
and that's okay. But what is it that you're doing that's helping other people?
What am I doing?
Yeah.
Saving lives. I'm a superhero.
He's a hero.
I'm a superhero, no cape.
Jason.
How you doing?
I'm good. How are you?
You look great. You look
That's
great.
right. I'm Thelma again.
I believe 9 to 5 is harder. I mean, fuck.
Who be arrested? This is my videos. You got a problem with this video, Shanice? You missed like 3 other videos.
No. I believe.
I think streaming is so much harder. Why are you doing it?
I can't have a public
What's wrong with this video?
because of the public eye and how they judge my relationships. I had a breakup.
No, it doesn't, bro. You even here for like 30 minutes of it. You were only here for like 2 minutes.
That I loved so dearly because I chose streaming.
So my question.
Nah,
again,
I loved her.
My question.
I loved her, and you're laughing.
My question again.
Yo, why is she laughing at, bro? She's dead ass laughing, like crying laughing.
If you think it's so much harder, why are you doing it?
Because I'm passionate about it.
Okay, so you love it. You love streaming. So do you love it more than you loved that girlfriend?
That's what I had to decide.
Oh.
I had to make sacrifice, and
So
that's
you-
what you have to
so
do.
you lost
with
the
streaming.
human touch.
But guess what? If I had a 9 to 5,
lost the human
if I
touch
was flipping burgers,
for-
I could have had a girlfriend still.
But you lost the human touch for the streaming.
Being a streamer, you have to be judged.
I watched a
on
video of a rabbit
thousands
eating
on
that was
thousands of
more
people's
interesting than this.
opinions every single day.
No, this video is way more interesting. Yo, Shanice. Yo, Shanice, bro.
9 to 5 person, maybe
But,
1, 2, 3.
Okay.
No, we're watching this video.
Back to my points. Is that your choice? Was that your choice?
But that's not the point, though. The point
No,
is
that's my point. That's my point.
streaming is harder
Was
than 9 to 5.
that
That's the point.
you gave up your girlfriend for streaming? Come on now.
Shit, he ran up a bag. He
Yeah.
ran up a
I ain't
bag.
gonna lie,
He did
I
it for a bag.
But the thing is, it comes to a point. Do I pick love and a future with someone I care dearly for? Or do I pick
He's
something
trolling,
I
he's trolling,
love,
he's trolling.
Something that I'm passionate about and motion. I pick motion.
I'm Lala Costa.
Lala Costa?
Oh, she's an attorney.
I'm an attorney.
She makes a percent off people's fuck ups. I like that.
If you had an opportunity to get a 9 to 5, that you could create yourself, like whatever you want,
Yes,
9
I
to
would.
5, you would take it?
Yes.
Because why?
Because I don't even enjoy streaming anymore.
You don't? What? Come to this side.
No, but I have to because this is what I built my career off of.
You feel stuck.
I feel stuck, yeah.
Have you ever watched a show and you stopped watching it? Have you ever watched a show and you were like...
All the time.
It's the same thing.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I have to.
That TV show...
You have to cater to other people.
All those actors.
It's canceled because I stopped watching?
Well, no, I'm saying...
No!
Thousands
We're almost done.
Watching.
I have one more video after this.
I think you guys are
Now I gotta play the
mixing
scary
all
game.
the issues.
Cartoon Network. It's like
and
they
not
got millions of
focusing
people.
on-
You guys know what Cartoon Network is?
If your
It's
father
gone.
would stop, would you come up with a different brand then?
All those people are gone. Yeah, but pivot, that's the point.
Nice to meet you.
I'm a professional model, but
Okay.
I've worked since I was at the age of 14.
Okay.
I was a gamer too.
I just think personally, like I agree with Jason that I think streaming does take a certain more stop than a 9 to 5, and I also think everybody in here, right? If you guys all try to be a streamer, right, and then we all try to do what you guys do,
You get L's in your chat.
the probability of everybody here trying to be an attorney is way higher.
Hey,
than somebody
hey,
streaming.
hey, Shanice, you're not about to come in my chat and call me shit face. Okay, that's what we're not about to do. So that's exactly what we're not about to do.
Absolutely, your job is just got lucky because you're a gamer. You got lucky. There's so many people
I was
like you
was
out
talented.
there.
It wasn't
These
pure
days,
luck.
everybody's an influencer. Come on.
No. But
So many.
hold on. But specifically, what I do, I'm not posting selfies around the world. It's basically all pure. It's all pure talent.
Okay.
Can I just why is he lucky? Why do we all
funny.
get lucky though?
What is your talent?
Yeah.
I was a professional Call of Duty player, like actual like. The
So you were
gaming.
sitting at home and you're thinking, what am I going to do with my life while you were gaming? You're like, oh, let's put a
I was
camera.
16, so it wasn't really like that.
You weren't really thinking of what should I do with my life, like what should I study, what should I like, where does my life go? You just got lucky.
It's not luck, it's
because-
just he's determined. He knows that's the only route.
He didn't get lucky. He put in hours.
Yeah, no.
That's what we do too. We go to
it
school,
wasn't
we
luck.
study.
Everybody's a little bit of luck. I think people who don't have a job, they feel they want to get lucky by getting a job. So I think people even having a job.
Nah, when I didn't have when there was literally, I applied to like 10, 20 jobs, and I literally they declined me. I said, this is bullshit. How do people live, bro?
Is some sort of luck.
He said, how many people of us could do this? No, it's luck. It's 1 of a million because for whatever
How is
reason.
that luck? If 1 out of a million, that one has to be the best. So how are you going to dismiss
Is
all
he
his
the
hard
best?
work and all of his
Is he the
talent?
best?
I got four. I got fourth last year. No. Let me give my statistics. There was over 300,000 people that played Warzone last year. This is the game that I play.
Okay.
I got fourth. So I was a top 12 player across the entire world.
And you're telling him
So
you're
that's not luck. That's pure skill.
So you're dismissing. Is Michael Jordan lucky? Is LeBron James lucky?
Pennies.
Are they lucky?
I mean,
No, they
they have
work.
a talent.
Who-
They have a talent.
Who's getting paid pennies? Wait.
They had
But
a team.
as,
So what
you
he
know how
do-
many talented people out there and don't get the chance, they don't get the shot at it?
I don't want to take up his time. So he's not talented.
No, that's not what I'm saying. Not
That's
at
what
all.
you just said.
You just
No.
said.
What he did.
I
to get
said
to where
a
he
lot
is.
of people are talented don't get the shot to do what he does.
Or people who
So
make it
it's
to the
luck.
NBA.
But I didn't even get a shot. It was I did it off the strength of me. There was no one who gave me a shot or anything like that. I simply was. You dead ass?
Yo.
Why did he start laughing like that?
You serious?
Why he laughing?
Why they laughing, bro?
It's not luck. I've been doing this for 13 years. I uploaded 3,000 videos. 2,000 was I edited myself while I went to college, worked a job, and still went to school.
And yeah,
So that's not. I mean, if that's fucking,
stand on it, stand on
if
it.
that's
That
luck,
nigga laughed at him, straight in his face.
Where's the luck at in that equation?
Again,
is there a percentage? We are all lucky in some way, right? If we all have a job, we're lucky in some sort of way. But
God bless.
off of specific pure talent. And I worked on that since I was 16.
again, I work with many talented people. I'm not saying about you. I'm
Yeah.
just talking in general. And there's so many people that are very talented never get a shot because they don't do the right thing. They don't go the right path. They don't meet the right people. So there are so many even talented actors here. They never get a shot. So I'm just saying it's
Yo, that is true. I heard coming up as an actor, I heard it's very, very hard trying to act. They not wrong. Yeah. They're not wrong. They're some people need a 9 to 5. Yo, without 9 to 5s, the industry, the economy will break down. People literally have to work 9 to 5s. If everybody from McDonald's shut down, what do you think is gonna happen? The whole city, the whole United States going on an uproar.
It wasn't luck.
United States lives on McDonald's.
I just saw an opportunity and just genuinely took it. It wasn't a handout. It was simply just, you know what, I'm talented at Call of Duty. This is what I want to do. It took me 8 years to make it a career. Is there something funny?
It's a freaking video game.
It's a talent.
Permission to take live?
Calm her down.
Hey, he's made tens of millions of dollars playing video games, so.
Exactly, that's that privilege. That's that privilege.
But I'm saying though, you couldn't hop on a game and do what I do.
You couldn't do it.
That's a skill.
Your son couldn't do it. Your grandkids couldn't do it.
Some people
Your
can't.
son's grandkids could never do it. They could never do it.
Anything that takes a talent.
The genes are done. They can't do it. They can't.
How many
They
hours
can't.
a day did you spend?
When I was younger?
Yeah, when you were younger.
Oh, I would wake up 3 hours before school. So I wake up at 4 a.m. and I would play before school. Bus would come at 7. I go to home, come back, and do it again. I was 16. What's funny?
Shit, niggas don't know about Rainbow Six Siege Drive, bruh. You used to stay up till like 4 o'clock, go to Brook High School, come back, stay all the way, get home, never do my homework, play to like get on at 6. All right, my bad.
There's a disconnect here because to you guys, when you guys were growing up, yes, it was just video games, it was whatever. But when we were coming up, we're like, wait, maybe we can make this career. Maybe if we get good enough at it and we create.
Do you not think if you're talented at something, it's a God-given gift?
Video games is not. Like
You don't think you don't think it's talent.
You're just too old to understand.
I can't argue that because
y'all could never
I gotta
play
keep it a-
FNCS either. It's
I
the
gotta
same
keep
shit.
it a buck. There's a disconnect.
Same
You come
shit.
from a generation where
You're
this
a
didn't
bum.
exist.
That's
Career.
why.
You looked at this career and you laughed. Now, how come in colleges they're teaching courses on
I'm actually
concentration and
clack.
esports?
Oh, you're
This
laughing.
didn't exist, so no wonder you're gonna laugh when you hear this shit. Because
Shanice, you don't know about the Rainbow Six Siege Drive, bro. You don't know about that. It's actually harder than you think it is, bro. It's mentally
from a
taxing.
completely different generation. You just don't get it, and I don't know if you ever will be able to wrap your head around.
Oh,
and it's fun. But it's like
And
again,
that's
it's
okay.
Oh, you gotta
That's
fight
fine.
back.
That's
You gotta
okay.
fight back. I'm not gonna lie.
Nice meeting you.
I'm Ronnie.
Ronnie, nice to
This
meet you.
past-
My name's Ronnie.
You were talking about job
Ronnie
security.
time.
Are you familiar with layoffs, with being furlouged? Like taking
Oh,
it
the
back
layoffs
to
is real.
that's
Get
being,
a
what?
J.
What does that even mean?
Make sure, you make sure you put an asterisk in next to it.
Okay, and then you can rebuild yourself back. You
The same way
reinvent.
you can do if you get laid off. You get a
Yeah,
new
that's
job.
it's kind
okay.
of is it not the same concept? Like
I don't know. Back in 2020, when everybody was getting furloughed, everybody was like, "Oh, let me go to social media. That's kind of an easy alternative." So that seems kind of easy.
I know,
And
but
then-
if you lose a job, you can't.
just get another
No,
one?
you can search for. You have an opportunity to search for another one. No?
Okay, I've been searching for another one for 10 months. I interview every day, give the same spiel, have to give that smile of walking through my resume.
I uploaded videos for 7 years and barely got any views.
And did you uploaded 7 videos and didn't get any views?
Went to school, and still.
And paid rent?
Yes, I still worked. I worked.
Oh, so that you had another job?
As a parking attendant, yes.
Okay, and was that harder
Then what?
than streaming?
No, I was on my phone all the time.
Oh, as a parking attendant. That
Nah, she just the pump is crazy.
doesn't sound like you were doing a very good job.
I was chilling.
You were chilling. You weren't good at
Wait,
your
he's
job.
waiting for.
When cars park, they're done. Like it doesn't.
Okay.
I don't have to.
Well, that's
I'm not security.
That's
I just
a
go.
one 9
I go
to
like this. I
5.
go like this. Yo, right there. I bet. Do you think an aspect of a video game, playing video games, is a talent?
I would say it's a skill. I wouldn't call it a talent. You can master it with,
Ooh,
but
people
my next.
millions play video games, but there are very few people who are genuinely gifted at it.
Me, like me, I'm just like I'm so good at games. I can't believe it.
Gifted? What are they, Mozart?
How is it not a talent? Why is it not a talent what he does?
You know what? I'm open to it being a talent. I think it's a skill. I think it's something you can master. I don't think you're a Mozart that you have this gift of like, whoa, when I put my thumb here and this thumb there and do this combo, I do this
You'd be
flip.
surprised. I mean, there's people out there who are
Who
genuinely.
the fuck you like to?
The
bro?
big- the most.
Now I'm nice at video games. Like I like, you don't understand, bro. I agree with Swag actually, bro. It's a talent and a skill.
Usable
The
thumbs,
most
like
gifted-
so good.
It's like saying, "Here's a paintbrush. Go paint me Picasso."
Yeah, that's
like
I'm saying.
what?
I'm saying this is so hard. If there's certain games that have $1 million prize pools, if there's a skill you could just learn and you're looking for a job for 10 months, Go pick up a controller and go hop in this $1 million tournament and win it.
You
And win it.
couldn't. You couldn't
qualify.
You couldn't.
What do you mean I wouldn't
You can't even
qualify?
find your OBS stream key. Stop playing.
I need to work for it, but
So like, but you're dismissing what he does. You're just dismissing. Like,
I'm not
oh,
dismissing. I'm saying
it's
that's
not a
easy.
skill. It's not a talent.
I
Like,
said it's a skill.
it's
I
easy.
didn't say it's a talent. I said it's a skill. It's a skill that
But
you
how
can
do you
hone and
how do you
can
know
master.
how do you know if it's easy if you haven't done it? Like if you
I
don't
played Mario Kart. I've played other games.
Not a professional level though.
No, not a professional level because that's not what I'm trying to pursue.
I know, so but you don't understand what it takes to be on that sort of level. So how can you try to dismiss it and say it's yours is harder?
What
How
does-
do you know?
what
how
does
do
it
you
take
know?
to be on that
Because
level?
I've worked at 9 to 5.
Yeah.
so
What does it take to be on that level?
Just gift, and you got to play all
Just
the time.
gift?
Tens of thousands of hours of work
Uh-huh.
and editing and filming and constantly
I'm just
having
talking
to
about pure
innovate and
skill. As far as like the
reinvent
videos and stuff like that, just off pure skill.
I had to put tens of thousands of hours
Could you get a
into my
refresh second
studies.
zone, Tarping? Could you?
I have no idea what you said.
Could you get a refresh going into second zone with no mats? Can you get a refresh on the best players? You
I
couldn't.
can also put. I can circle back and give
Do you know how to
different
short
terms
launch pad?
from
When you're
my
trying to get to third
industries.
zone, third moving. Do you know
I
how to
don't know
short?
what- No,
launch
I
pad?
don't. But if I
Exactly, you
want,
Hey, y'all not gamers like me. I know exactly what he's talking about. He's talking about Fortnite, bro.
Do Excel sheet.
no, but exactly. I
They're
can
just
throw-
talking. They're just talking game.
These
and
refreshes
As a
don't.
baby-
Can y'all push an addict and get a headshot while another nigga swinging at him and turn around and get another headshot? Just so many things going to Rainbow Six Siege I don't know about, bro.
I can talk to you about the different things I do and ask you, could you do that? No, but if you wanted to, you would.
If us four
Took
Jobs, bro,
3
jobs.
days.
Hey, Shanice, when you say the word JB, you gotta put an asterisk. You can't put the O in front of it, in the middle.
You can master an Excel sheet.
Oh.
But let me give you. If I give you 3 days about a video game, do you think you could be that talented as me?
If I wanted to, I would.
So let's pay for her, whatever it is. Give you 3
please.
days, but if you lose, you got to give us it back in double.
No, that's not how the job works. You pay me, I'll get the job done.
I would say, in a sense, yes, because you have to put in the work and you got to be on 24/7.
It's difficult to answer that question for us, I think, because we didn't come up in this time frame, in this era. And technology is totally different now, because we were just talking about playing tic-tac-toe on the sidewalk with cop. I appreciate and respect what they do, and I think that's the consensus for most of us, that we appreciate and respect where they are. Yeah. But it's not, what we did was, we just feel like what we did was harder. And that's what I think. So
My mind
I
was
think it's
changed
based
in the
on
sense that
perspective.
now I'm even more convinced that normal jobs are harder.
All right.